Hi, this is Thomas Brown. It's August 24th, 2025, and I'm doing my second answers of my 18 questions. It is Katie White is my daughter. She's here. She's running the show. She'll answer one of the questions because I can't read anymore. So we should get started.
Okay. Number one, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you currently working, and what was your previous occupation?
Okay, a little bit about myself. I grew up in Utah, went to Oregon State University, then University of Utah, and then Claremont Graduate University. And eventually got a job in aerospace and worked on 2 missiles, 2 spacecraft, and 1 aircraft. Okay, and if you want more detail, it's in the first video that I sent you. Okay. Well,
Okay. Number two, what can you tell us about your vision?
my vision is the one thing that's changed since I was there in 2024. And that is, I can read fingers from 1 foot to 4 feet, depending on the day. It changes. So it's gone down, and it's had everything that can be happen to it, that can happen to it. So the surgeon says there's nothing more she can do for me, and so I'm with a new doctor. But it's just, it will continue to get worse.
Okay. Number three, tell us why you are applying for a guide dog and your reason for choosing Guide Dogs of the Desert.
Yes, I'm choosing a guide dog because of my experience with JJ and a need for a feeling of confidence. When I was with her, I felt like I was not alone, and as long as I could point out the direction, she would follow for, when she was following commands. I was also more visible as a blind person, so people were more showed more deference towards me. And as far as going for Guide Dogs of the Desert, I went there before. I was very impressed with the routine of training the dog handlers, even though it was exhausting. As they say, well, what did we, we didn't want to miss anything. So that's, I'm excited to get the possibility of coming back and getting a new guide dog.
Okay, number four, you answered, but see if you want to add anything. Have you ever had a guide dog or attended guide dog school?
Well, yes, of course, I attended Guide Dogs of the Desert in 2024 during the April-May time frame. I went through the full program, the 28 days, and graduated and took my dog home, who I thought was the most beautiful poodle I'd ever seen. Just totally black. It was a beautiful dog. She is a beautiful dog, and fell deeply in love with her, and I miss her always.
Okay. Number 5, have you ever returned a guide dog to a guide dog school?
Yes, this is the story of JJ. I got her back, and for the first 2 months, she followed commands. And even though she was not well behaved, she did perform the duties of a guide dog, except she was not, as I said, well behaved. She barked at doctors, she jumped on people, she, one of the breaking points with her was we were in a waiting room waiting to see a doctor, and a person walked into the waiting room, and JJ started barking at him, and he left the waiting room, and I thought that was just unacceptable. So I called Karen and said that she was still doing things like she would attack about 50% of the dogs we would encounter on our walks, and she was misbehaving with hospital personnel, including patients. So I thought I was doing the right thing, and I would send her back for more training, since she lost, after 2 months, she lost complete, she would not respond to a guide dog command. And so I figured I'd send her back for more training, and she would be returned to me, but that wasn't so. She was given back to her puppy raiser, and I was left with no dog and no guide dog. I thought it would follow the example of, let's see, what is it name? Shadow, where Shadow was also a poodle and stopped following commands after 4 months, but the dog handler was allowed to keep her, and came back and got a retriever while I was there. So I thought that would be might be another example of what might happen, but it again didn't happen. So yes, I returned JJ as I thought I was supposed to.
Okay. Number 6, have you had orientation and mobility training? Explain when and for how long.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter will answer this, since I can't read the details.
In 2003, from June to September, you had 10 sessions for 12 hours. In 2015, from February to July, you had 15 sessions for 11 hours. And in 2023, from April to May, you had 3 sessions for 7.5 hours. And the next part of that question says, did you receive instruction in outdoor travel skills?
Yes. In the 2003, it was in Newton, in the suburb, traveling along sidewalks and crossing streets, but not in busy areas. But starting in 2015, it was along Mass Ave, and there were plenty of street crossings, some with crossing indicators and some without. But yes, it was all outside.
And then indicate the length of time you've been an independent and competent cane traveler.
I would say from the 2015. I think by that time I knew my sight was really diminishing, and I really had to learn and practice the the discipline is taught to me by Joe Kolb, and you have his report on me both as a mobility instructor and as a I think as a friend. So since 2015.
Number 7, please describe your home environment.
All right, we live in a condominium, and it's 4 floors. The bottom floor is a garage basement, and first floor is a living space. It's a kitchen, dining room, living room. Second floor is a bedroom and bathroom, master bedroom and bath. And the third floor are 2 rooms, my wife's studio and a guest guest suite. We have bathrooms on all 3 floors, and the second floor, the big master bedroom, I was able to fit a 32-inch or 31-inch crate beside my bed, my wife and I's bed, and so JJ slept in the same room as we were, and there was plenty of room for her.
And number 8, where do you intend to relieve your dog?
I talked with 3 dog owners who live in the condominium, and they told me of a place down by the high school. It's a big green area, and there's we call it the Rocks, by a bank that's I've used. But for the new dog, I've decided that the closest and most appealing place is across the street is the town hall, town center, and they have lots of green, and they allow dogs to use that area for relieving, and that's where I'll relieve the dog most of the time.
Okay, number 9, are there any other pets in the home?
There are no other pets in the home.
Number 10, who else lives in your home?
Okay, my wife, Paula Herman, lives in the home with me.
And does she understand that unlike a pet, your guide dog is a working guide, and that you, as the handler, are responsible for the physical care and maintenance of the guide dog's specialized training?
Yes, she made it perfectly clear that as far as maintenance and upkeep of the guide dog, it was my responsibility. So for JJ, and as will be for the new dog if I get it, it's the feeding, the relieving, the walking, and the playing. Now, there is the issue of playing. I mean, through the act of playing, JJ became as attached to my wife as she was attached to me. So if either of us left the premises, she would get upset. She would get more upset if I left, but she would get upset if Paul left. So she was bonded to both of us. And so I might need some direction about just how much playing should be allowed between my wife and the dog. So, but anyway, yes, I'm responsible for the dog. that's in the agreement, so to speak, between my wife and I as you know, that's one of the requirements.
Okay. Number 11, describe the types of areas where your dog will be working.
Most of the time it will be in the suburbs of Arlington, going on walks into the hills of Arlington, or going to a park, going depending on the length of the walk, but it's primarily in a suburban area. But also it's going along Mass Ave, which is lined with businesses and lots of people. And so the dog will have to deal with people, and with people pushing baby strollers with their whole family gathered around them, and with a dog. And again, another bad trait that JJ exhibited was she would attack about 50% of the dogs we encountered, primarily walking along Mass Ave. And the other area that she'll be working is she'll be riding in Ubers and going to medical appointments at Mass General Hospital, which is very congested, lots of people, lots of different kinds of people. So socialization is a necessity with this new dog. JJ wasn't very well socialized, and like I said, responded badly to situations she had not encountered before. That's my assumption.
Okay, number 12, do you volunteer or work at a location outside of the home?
No, I do not. I'm retired. I spend most of my time at home.
Okay, number 13, what is your plan for accommodating the needs of your guide dog while at work?
Well, I mean, the only time I would have to leave Jade, or the guide dog, would be when I have a procedure that requires, my wife to be there to, escort me home. In which case I'd be gone for like up to 4 hours. And the best solution to that is we know a dog trainer who will also sit dogs and take them on walks and things like that. But I think we have to talk more about that, if that is appropriate. But she would follow my directions and not give commands or anything like that to the dog. But she would be a person to watch JJ if both of us were incapable of being with her. The other is, if it's just for like a couple of hours, I could put her in the crate and leave her, as long as it wasn't relieving time.
Number 14, in relation to the 28-day on-campus training and factoring in quality sport compatible handler and guide dog team, is there any health information you think we should know about?
The health information you have from my prior application from my doctor. My doctors are still the same, and I'm pretty much the same except for my vision.
Okay. Number 15, do you have a canine allergy, or anyone in your immediate family have this allergy?
This was the original reason I went to Guide Dogs of the Desert, is because you had the poodles, the hypoallergenic dogs. And that worked pretty well for my wife. What she found is that when JJ and I would go out for a walk, JJ just by her fur would bring in allergens from outside. So I found that if I did a light brushing of her as I brought her in, that cut the allergens way down. And then the second thing is the crate that we got had a removable bottom, and we would wash that once a week, and that would get rid of any allergens that she had brought in and deposited in the crate during her sleep at night. So with those two, Paula found it was perfectly acceptable.
Okay, number 16. Other than understanding basic guide work, please describe the 3 most important traits you feel you need in your guide dog when it's working.
Well, the first one is observability. Is that aware of? I got this from a guide dog owner in Arlington who had a guide dog, and said she found that the guide dog should be aware of the handlers. If the handler trips or stumbles or stops for some reason, the guide dog should be aware of the handler. The second is she should be aware of the surroundings, or the surroundings, and the obstacles and things like curbs and the yellow things at intersections and so forth, and whatever it is, that thing, command denial, when you're at a train station or whatever, so you don't inadvertently walk off the edge of a loading ramp. So be aware of those things. And the third thing is, I want the dog to be happy. I mean, JJ was happy. I can attest to that. She was undoubtedly happy. We had lots of toys, and she was just great. She would, she was, I don't know what the puppy raiser did, but she would crawl up onto the couch at night and either put her head on Paula's lap where Paula was reading, or just get on the couch and go to sleep. And so I had to take her, and I knew she wasn't happy with this, but take her up to her crate that she slept in overnight. So, but I think keeping the dog happy, I think a happy dog makes her a better companion.
Okay.
Right.
Number 17. When your guide dog is not working, what personality traits would you like to see in your guide dog?
Well, okay, I'd say that I guess the aware is out, but the happy is certainly there. A second one is consideration, or not jumping on people, not barking at people, not attacking other dogs. It's basic politeness. I was thinking of, as an example, Sandy, who was a poodle in my class in 84, in 2024. And he seemed to be more disciplined than JJ, and I think I would want some more discipline in the dog in terms of its behavior towards other people, especially strangers, and hopefully not bark at fellow patients in the hospital. And then playfulness. We had a great time with, maybe too great a time with JJ playing. We found her favorite toy, and I taught her the command toy, where she would give up the toy and spit it out of her mouth and give it to me. The trouble was she didn't adhere to the command here, so she wouldn't come to me. She would just spit it out wherever she was. But it was just, it was fun buying her puzzles for eating and things like that. So anyway, those are the three that I would say are most necessary when she's not working.
Okay. And number 18, are you willing to